everybody. Welcome to FMA Talk Live. I'm your host, Datu Tim, with my phenomenal co-host.
PG Ty's here. Welcome.
How we all doing? So, how's my audio? I wasn't going to do this here today, and I
think it's fun.
Okay, all right. So, a lot of weird stuff going on, a lot of good stuff going on. We just got done doing the 65th anniversary of Modern Arnis camp, which is amazing, which is today's show. Trying to think if I have a rant that's worth talking about. No, I've always got a rant. You know, the show's a rant.
I'm sure one will come up. But I mean, you know, with the big camp, I think it's pretty much all positive today.
Yeah. I've been dealing with some knucklehead stuff, but, you know, I feel so much, so listen, this isn't a rant as opposed to an explanation/apology. There we go. We did this at the promotion at the camp. And I'm playing with my camera while I'm talking to you guys. Listen, I've been going through a lot of stuff lately, getting this camp together. And COVID fatigue for me has finally reached its peak. I've been seeing a lot of stuff out there that is completely, totally asinine to me. And instead of like just chillaxing, I've been very visceral with my responses. And I decided a long time ago that I was no longer going to be I wasn't going to deal with nonsense anymore. The thing here is that during COVID, a whole bunch of people have said things without any concern of everyone else's feelings. They have no concern on how what they say affects other people. Now, we've talked about things on the show that are controversial, talking about Modern Arnis proper versus derivative programs and all this other stuff. And it's never been the point to try to go out and take a shot at anybody. But some things there's misconceptions on where things are going to be and stuff like that. So I've been very frustrated. I've had a lot of pressure with this camp, which we're going to talk about today. And if I went off a little, I want to apologize for my short fuse. I don't apologize for anything I said. I apologize for the way that I may have said it. I still believe with everything I've been saying. I know people, we have different opinions of things, and I'll always come to the table giving people the opportunity to change my mind as long as they're willing to do the same. And as much as I get more information on things, I change my mind on things. So that, it's explanation/apology. I know some people, like I said, in the club, I've there's some people I've been a little short with of late because this great undertaking. So first of all, let's talk about some people here. So echo effect on this end. Okay.
I'm not here.
That's Bill from Guam. Hey, Bill. Eric from Whitby, Ontario. First time to be here. First time. He's actually a student of Brian John's.
Oh, okay.
Joe Rebella says audio is fine, and he says hello, folks. And what did Bill say here? Greetings from the Philippines. Good to see that you're over there. Oh, thank you. The boss. I can see. Facebook user, MD. Good evening, Datu and PG from Maryland. It is good to have you guys back on. And you guys, if you're watching it says Facebook user. We don't know whom at times. Chris in Buffalo, yes. Hey, Chris, are you coming to Sparathon? And then Larry Thompson. We're doing a Sparathon this month at the 12th, I want to say it is. We're doing stick fighting and point karate fighting. It's a 2-hour event, open to everybody that's in the area. And we'll do a little pizza social afterwards. It's on a Sunday, just to get together. And Chris is going to be there. Yes, there he is. Oh, I'm saying it. And then give the kids something to kick. We're equal opportunity offenders because, we'll be stick fighting and doing that. So, wow. That's not a beer. That's my Monster.
Okay.
So events like this do not drive me to drink, but it's okay. Oh, yo! I was just about to mention, where's our boy Renee? He changed his profile pic. And sorry, guys, Terrell from Maryland. All right, Terrell.
Hey,
brother from another mother.
No, Renee sent me a funny picture today. He used one of my pictures that Rita took of me and doctored it up. It was pretty good.
Is that the one that was like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know the one we're talking about.
That was
so
good.
everybody,
made me laugh, Renee. Thank you.
So this year was the 65th anniversary of Modern Arnis. So this whole year is a celebration. Okay. As usual, I decided to put something out there. Hey, you guys from Southern California or South Carolina. My glasses don't work that well. So we decided that we're going to do an event. I tried to do the memorial camp last year, but even with COVID restrictions, it just didn't work the way I wanted to. This event was the second largest Modern Arnis, Remy Price's Modern Arnis event since Remy's passing. Only second to the 10-year reunion camp that I put on. So that one had 83 people on the floor. I think Janice came up that we had 73.
Wow, nice.
10 shy. By the way, cool to see unity in your group. Well, I don't know about unity in a group. We've got a good group. Hey, by the way, that's a mighty fine looking watch you got there.
There you go. Yeah, I forget. Yes, that's funny.
Another story. It's a bittersweet thing because with everything said and done, that event should have been maybe twice as big. And we'll talk about that in the show. That's one of my disappointments with the event. But, wow, what a great turnout. Yep. So the two largest events for Modern Arnis since Remy's passing in the States. I was fortunate. I feel very blessed that I had that kind of support. And it was across multiple things. We've had a lot of blasts in the past show up at that event.
Yep.
So we've had a couple challenges, and we'll get into that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to talk from the host. Oh, hey, and Lyman is here, and he was there.
He was
there.
Yep.
And then, hey, Greg, how we doing? So, Ty, I'm going to let you start off here. And I'm looking at comments there on the side, make sure we're not missing anything.
Yep, no, that's good. No, it was so one of the things that jumped out to me was just leading up to it, right? There was a lot of prep and a lot of people taking it seriously, a lot of people jumping on board to train, to polish up, to sharpen up, and really rock this out of the park. So when we had, 33 people testing on the floor for the big long test, 32 of them going for a black of some sort.
Yep.
It showed, and that was just great. That many people.
That was 33 adults.
That's true.
We had another 7 juniors on the floor with them.
That's true. Yep.
So there was 40 people on the floor testing.
Nice. And the juniors sparred too. And I think some of the other people too.
Yep, some of the adults sparred as well.
Yep.
And hey, let's give a shout out to the kids. So I had 3 of my juniors. So junior black belt just means that they graduated from the junior program, and what we do is we award them a black belt with a white stripe down the middle. What represents, and this is free to the public, so no one has to worry about. Every time Rob Guida's on, I tell him something. He goes, "I'm going to steal that, dude. It's not stealing. I gave it to you by telling you."
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do here is I'll pull up a photo. Pull up a bunch of pictures.
I still haven't posted my photos.
I'm gonna. By the way, we're gonna do a Google Docs photo.
Okay.
I'll do a Google Drive or whatever. Whatever that Google stuff is. Actually, I'm quite tech savvy, but my brain's not working too. My phone is perceiving me as saying something.
Because you said okay Google or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I think I took, especially the first couple of days, I took a lot of pictures, and I'm usually horrible at that. But it was just so neat to see so many people and so many, like you said, blasts from the past. Made some new friends, saw some old friends.
Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'm working on a video montage.
Nice.
So we're going to talk about our 2017, or I mean, sorry, 2017, the 2022nd Modern Arnis class year, or graduating class.
Nice.
So that's not what I wanted. Go back to this one right there. All right. Share a screen. I'll do a screen. There we go.
Yeah, a few folks asked to share the pictures, share the album, post the pictures.
Yeah.
Some good comments on the side.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm working on stuff here.
Yep, I get you. I'm just catching people up.
Yeah, that we posted pics on all over Facebook, but I'm going to be doing a video montage. So here's one of my junior black belts. Okay, Josh.
Okay. Yeah.
So
he did
just
great.
so everyone knows, as while Google does his thing here, or my thing. So the black belt represents that he's graduated from the kids program. The white stripe down the middle shows how much of the adult program he's completed, which basically he's an adult white belt. Now, in all actuality, as a junior black belt, so our system goes from white, it goes to yellow, orange, blue, green, and these are modified because in Remy we did from white we went to yellow, then 2 blues, and that got confusing. So I changed the low blue to an orange to make it appropriate when we interact with other people from outside, and there's a whole, we can get into all this stuff, but basically, that went sideways. That was no good. Okay, there we go. So basically it goes white, it goes to yellow, orange, blue, green, purple, brown, red, the half red, half black, and then black belt, So usually when these kids, when they test for their next belt, it'll be a black belt. They'll skip the yellow belt most likely with the quantity of material. They'll go right to orange, possibly adult blue belt. So if you want to overall, I would put a junior black belt as an adult blue belt, which would be the high blue back in the day, or a low green. Just to put things in context here. I'm gonna do this. I'll look for some other stuff here. But I had 3 of them, and he was one of them that showed up at 9:30 in the morning, trained every session, didn't take a break, and they did the test at night. So let me see here. I'm gonna get caught up here. Mania. What's that?
Lyman Mania.
Okay.
Yeah, Lyman Mania.
Lyman Mania. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Last one.
And Lyman was on the floor with testing with everybody just because he felt like it, not because he was
black belts from Japanese karate.
Yep.
Okay. And then please share. I will. Please post pics. Very cool. Great to keep the juniors. Yep. I like that Eric's putting his name at the end of the post. Thank you. Hey, there we go. Now we got a South Carolina. That must have been the other guy. Must have been LaCava. Shit, I would have blocked it if I would have known it was Chris. Lisa, it was such a Lisa. Congratulations, Diane Delawa.
Well, Lisa did great. Yep.
Hey, I don't know how you're gonna tell your hey, Lisa. I hate to break this to you, but now that I promoted you to Diane Delawa, you got your Diane Delawa. The word Diane is the female designation. Well, when you look it up, it's the wife of the Datu. So unintentionally, I've created this harem. Sorry.
But that that was Remy's naming convention, so
yeah. Well,
so it doesn't get
twisted. That's the only one.
Yep.
So yellow, high, boom, 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 boom.
Yep, that's the order I remember.
Black probationary is incorrect.
It's not always probationary.
It's black belt, and then it went to first degree. And actually, that turned out to be a typo. So if that's Eric, yeah. So now, that being said, I think the IMAF with the Masters of Tappy Tappy, they've kept that in there.
Oh, they kept it 0, or they kept it probationary?
I think they do probationary black belt automatic.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so case in point, 91, last camp we did here in Buffalo, I had 4, there's 4 people testing in my group. Well, 3 active and then 1 person who kind of went his own way. But of the 4 of them, 3 of them were full-blown Lacans, and one was a probationary Lacan.
Right.
And back when I did, when I got promoted in 1988, Remy would say, probationary Lacan, you have to wear the high brown.
Right.
And then when I asked him, well, what am I? Because you just announced me Lacan, he goes, you wear the black belt.
Yep.
And any belt can be probationary.
Right.
So let me see here. I'm going for brown 2 in a few months. I guess I will find out. So, I mean, that's their protocol. So, so Lika would be brown belt, which was a typo. It should have been. It was here are the brown belts 1, 2, 3, and the person who transferred it over put brown as the title as a belt. So if they decided to keep that, that's fine. I'm not judging. Actually, in Prasis, we put it back in, but we do Lika Isa, Deloa, Tatlo, and Apat. So a brown 2 would be Lika Deloa, which technically would be the 3rd brown.
Right.
If you did it that way. So just like in modern, I wore a black belt and then I got my first degree. I wasn't just a first level black belt. I was a second level black belt.
Right.
So,
well, and we talked about that before too, right? So me and my guys, we all got not probationary for our black Lacans.
Yeah. So Eric, you can look at one of our older shows.
Yep.
Is there a plaid belt? Actually, there is. There is. There is. It is only done on Irish and Scottish events.
Yep. That's the Scottish branch.
There's also a polka dotted belt, but that's
camo.
Yes, there's very special occasions. Or if you're really good, you get the clear belt. See, because then there's white belt, and then there's clear, and then multiple degrees of clear belt. So if you're getting clear degrees, you're going in the wrong direction. But listen, those kids rocked it. I mean, they worked out.
They did.
I mean, there was only one day. I'll give them props on that. You know, they can't give them everything, but they went out. They didn't cry. They didn't complain. And then they did the examination at the end. The ludicrous speed. Yes, it goes with ludicrous speed. So
a lot of them showed up too. Didn't a lot of them still come back the next day?
Yeah.
And then there was an extra part of the test the second day too, or the next day.
So
for demos and stuff.
So this was a quick impromptu photo on Saturday. We kind of missed the ball a little on a couple photo ops. I used, Bob Hubbard, before he got a job, I used to have him all the time. I would have paid him to be there the whole weekend. That didn't happen because he's got a life now. So
it was a full house, although there was probably a little bit room for some more folks. So
this, I'm not even sure what group this is.
We're
missing a bunch of people.
Yeah. Is that the second? Is that Saturday?
Yeah,
we had the Blue Bulls on.
That's Saturday.
Yeah, that's the Saturday.
Let me see here. Here's a bunch of the people that tested.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, I'm going to give out some stuff here on that. Okay. Oh. Like that clear hockey tape.
For the belt. Yep.
Yeah. And then, hello, Evan. Congratulations on your Lacan Tatlo.
Yep. Congratulations. Very good.
I was so bummed that Bob only came by once. I know. Bob's good piece. We miss him.
Yep.
So this.
And it was all the adults testing, is that right? No.
This was from the Friday night session.
Yeah, okay.
So that's
Lisa, there's Joe.
Yeah, so we got a whole group of people.
There's Evan.
Oh, and then
well, my guys loved it. They were impressed with the attitude. I had 4 people from my group come up.
Yeah.
That's a first because my group doesn't get around too much.
I am so happy that your group came out and spread its wings.
Yep.
And then here's the first fatality of the camp.
Right.
I think that was Lyman Stick.
That fits. That fits.
So, all right. So I'm gonna shut this down here for now. I want to get caught up because we can do picture time whenever. Made sure it was great wearing rear bow weekend or whoa. Made sure I was a vest wearing rear row weekend. Okay, got it. Okay.
So he sticks out.
And then Joe rocked Form
He
Center.
did.
Joe did a great form. He did a conceptual thing of modern and Kempo blended together. Remy would have been proud. He really did a job. And listen, so here we go. Joe, I'm sorry but I'm pretty sure you said this already. I think it's public knowledge. Joe had a heart attack weeks before the event, and then he had a couple of mild infractions leading up to this. So he's doing his form, and every time he took a breath, I'm going, "Oh my God, don't have a heart attack." I hope to God that's a pause. I think I was more nervous than you. Like, anyone want to show anything else? Joe's like, "Yeah, I do." I'm like, "Oh shit." You made it this far. Don't do it. Don't die on me now.
No, he did great. It was good. It was a good synthesis. It was a good flow.
Yeah, he had bits and pieces of every form.
Yep.
And I recognized him too. See, that's the whole thing. Remy talked about the art within the art, but he wanted to see the art. I saw the art in what Joe did.
Yep.
And he goes, "Yep, Oliver was awesome, smiling devil with the guilty laugh."
There you go. Yes, Oliver. Yep.
Giddy laugh. Yep. All right, so let me see. Where do we have people come from? Okay, so we had Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Virginia, Maryland, Ohio, of course, New York, Canada, Florida, Colorado. Off the top of my head.
At least, yeah.
And yes, Joe was glad that he didn't die also. So, are the Anyas mandatory for advancing or optional? So, once again, Eric, you have to talk about your organization. Inside the World Modern Arnis Alliance, that is a mandatory thing. Now, I started the Forms Project because I was the official Forms instructor for the organization. Oh, Virginia, too. Yep, Virginia. No, I think I mentioned Virginia, didn't I?
You did. Yeah, you did.
Oh, he's probably, because there's the delay. My bad. Yeah. And then, hey, Billy Jewell.
Hey.
I'm hoping to see you before the end of the year. I just happened to look at airfares the other day. Oh, my God. I got to look at the – well, no. I looked at 12 to 1,700. But before that, I saw 3,000. It was right around Christmas. I was thinking about going over for New Year's, and that's not going to happen. I also think it's too far in advance to look, so we'll talk about that.
It'll be good. You definitely say hi to Billy when you get over there. Yeah. Good to see you, Billy.
So you had Lyman, who is 78, is.
Yep.
Joe's in his 60s, and then you had Colonel Jim in his 60s.
Yep.
The three of them kicked ass on the floor.
They did.
Okay. The kids went nonstop. I mean, the whole spectrum of people, from the youngest to the oldest, they all did what they had to do. No one cried and complained. They just rocked. I mean, it was really good. I mean, it wasn't the old test that we used to do in Michigan because we've got more brain cells. But I mean, think about this. This camp had Remy numbers.
Yep. And Remy attitude and feel. I got a lot of good feedback from everybody, all different folks that showed up. We're really happy with the feel, the focus, the fun, the pace, the sharing. It was good.
Let me see here. Great subatomic forms from the kids too.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, Miss Shia, she rocked it.
Yep.
She's another beast mode. Under GM Goss lineage, it seems they're optional. I know that they are not a main focus, if that makes sense. Well, it's their organization. They choose to do what they want. Yep, and Shai did a great staff for them. So, I hate autocorrect. Okay, subatomic and sabat.
Right, I like it.
Now I get it.
Yep.
Well, it was on a subatomic level. So, listen, Eric. Here's the thing. If Remy was alive, and you went to him, and you had, well, okay, I know a good friend of mine back in the day, Bill Birch. He was a Dillman guy, and he had like 30, 40 forms that he had to maintain. And then he said, Professor, do I have to do it? And he gave him a pass. Okay. I know he would give some people passes. But generally speaking, when we tested, you did the forms. That was a mandatory part.
Yep.
And here's I tell you what, my people usually were the highest ranked people in the room because they were the only ones left standing when it came down to do the forms. You know, I mean, that's a, you know, whether you like them or not, when there's a, you know, when you start with 60 people testing and then all of a sudden you're doing forms and there's only 10 people that are doing forms are people that train underneath me, you see the rest of the room sitting out. Psychologically, there's something of that, you know. And I know people who choose not to do the forms, and you know, because they make that choice, I will never promote them. I mean, there's things that I didn't like to do, but I did because the man said, you know.
Right. We had that same experience.
George.
Hey, George. We had that same experience in Texas too, where we were the last one left up. Oh my guys, it was weird. I thought it was strange, but that, to be fair, you know, you wouldn't describe us as a forms driven style.
No. And
but it is part.
George is one of our newest PGs.
That's right. Congratulations again, George. It was great seeing
George.
You. Yep.
Yeah, he brought his son out. We were training today.
He's always a pleasure to see and train and talk with and touch hands with. Yep.
Let me see here. If it's a requirement, it's a requirement.
kind of the nature of the word.
There you go. There you go. And listen, and I get it. You know, if you are doing a form, okay. So, Eric, I'll go a different route with you here. If you're doing Modern Arnis as Remy Praces taught the masses, not the way I did it, but the masses, it was the art within your art. So you weren't doing Filipino martial arts. You were doing your base system with Filipino concepts blended into it, which is why most people say you don't move like a Filipino martial artist when you're doing Modern Arnis, the masses. And time again, people like Ty and myself have been, people say, are you sure you're Modern Arnis? Why? Well, you move good. You move like a Filipino martial artist because we specialized. Okay, so I started in Modern. I didn't start in something else. Chuck was judo and shoto, or Tang Sudo and judo. Kenny, Isshinryu karate. Brian Zolinsky, Kempo, and then eventually Kempo Arnis, you know, but it's still a hybrid program. Gabrielle Roloff, I don't know what she started in. Jim Lattis was underneath George Mazak, so I think he had a DKI background. I'm talking about all like the Mots right now. Jeff Delaney, Kung Fu, I was told, and BJJ. Randy Shea, Kyokushinkai Karate, along with some form of Wing Chun. Did I miss anybody?
I think that's it for the Mots.
Yeah, so the seven of them. So Randy was Fu and Karate. Jeff was Kung Fu and Jiu-Jitsu. Chuck was Judo and Tang Sudo. Kenny is Isshinryu. Brian was Kempo. Gabrielle Roloff. I don't know where she started, but she was a student of Wendy Dragonfire. She got her into it. And then Jim Lattis, which was a George Mazak student, so it's more of a DKI type background there.
Right. And I believe that's where Gabby ended up too.
And Gabby was TKD.
Oh,
Gabby's gotten into, they've all gotten the DKI stuff. So okay, hold on here. Okay, there we go. Hey Sam, how you doing? And then
Sam.
love seeing Guida on the face when he got his belt. Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, he comes. He's trains with me 3 days a week. He was there today.
He's serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So now he's working the braces.
Yep. Good.
He's got a good belt. So he's got the modern belt. This is Kempo on one end, Arnis on the other. He's got a stripe in each. So as he goes up in the, so we already know he's going to have a lot more Arnis stripes than Kempo stripes because they're a little. They're doing the slow track for him. There we go. Since we were discussing forms, when was the outward downward palm up block? Okay, you got to take this one.
I'm not sure what he's talking about, but it says, when was the outward downward palm up block into the power to the people leg trap changed to add in the push down block in Anya Visa? I'm not. I don't know what he's talking about.
Joe, I'm going to sit there and say, I'm going to say this when it comes to the forms because like we talked about this, we being Ty and I. When I went, I consulted with Eric, which is which was Ty's instructor, and we talked about the art. The one part we didn't focus on were the forms.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came to the Massachusetts camps, and I've been there a couple times, that was the most dysfunctional group I ever saw when it came to forms. The cool thing, I was the out-of-town guy, and I just rolled with it all. But they'd all argue. I mean, Brian Zielinski talked about it on the show, and I'm like, we didn't have that problem in Michigan. I go, why not? Because Remy put me in charge. And when someone questioned me once, Remy came in the room and said, you do it the way Tim's doing it. End of story. End of story. So I don't know about all this stuff. So if the problem here is if you watch the original videos, which Ty and I watched when we do our boot camp, you had three people. Remy, I gotta get the camera right here for the. You had Remy and the claps, Jim and Judy. All three of them did the forms different. Jim and Judy are married. They can't even do the forms. They were married. If they can't do the forms the same way. So I think a lot of times you got forms that were, I mean, what, and this is why I'm not throwing anyone over, but why am I go, Eric, why you have me coming over here? And he goes, and I said, you got Richard Roy. And he goes, well, because Richard openly says he will put as much Tai Chi into his art as possible. And we didn't want the Tai Chi. We didn't want this fusion. We wanted it as untainted as possible. So if we chose to blend it with something, we could do it ourselves. But we don't want to do it. We want to do it as a standalone program. So I have a feeling that when you saw things there, Joe, you probably saw things that Remy really, he didn't push back on things because there's more important things to focus on. You know? So here we go. I started in Goju and was quite heavily into forms, good discipline. I'm certainly not opposed to learning and practicing. Yeah. So, like Eric, if you were doing as per Remy and you had a lot of forms, they might sit there and give you a pass. But generally speaking, if you weren't up on the floor doing forms when it came time to grading, your score would be adjusted accordingly. But some people, Remy took a specific interest in and handled all the belt promotions themselves. So Rob's doing a great job. Okay, good. Me, Mr. Rebello, and great job in his form. Okay. And where you trap a leg, punch. I don't know. Thoughts there?
Still not clicking. It's funny when people write down their forms the way they put them into English. Everybody does it a little differently, right? So it's hard to understand.
Online, it was in the video where you do the leg trap and punch. When you scoop and then you throw and you punch.
Okay.
Then you punch again to the high position. I don't know about a high position. I think Remy was just okay. Remy would adapt to whatever the person gave him energy for and did whatever. I mean, I think he was freestyling a lot because when it came to forms, he really didn't teach them. He handed them over to people like me. Now you would see him do moves from the forms, but you didn't see him. It really wasn't a vehicle for what we did. And if you came from that forms driven, you look for it. Okay. If you came from a forms driven system, you're looking too deep at the wrong thing. What do you think about that, Ty?
I would go with that. I mean, you know me, I like my, or I used to, especially like my forms. I had way too many, and I think I got a lot out of them.
Yep. And Joe says, yeah, he knows what I'm telling you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I wouldn't focus on that. Oh, Jason.
Nice. Hey, brother.
Yeah, he did. He remember. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
And Jason, big high kick. What's the because Jason was an international forms competitor, so he was rocking. Now I have to do a video on you. Okay, all right. Do what you do. You do you.
That's right.
You do you. Then I'll critique the hell out of it, and I'll anonymously say that you suck. That's what people do. They don't do it on their own name.
That's
They
right.
don't have the backbone to say, "Hey, I don't like what you're doing."
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And for the record, hey Joe, I liked your form. And we're doing fine, brother man. Fine. We missed you at camp. So, okay, let's talk about so Jason Arnold, perfect example. He was not at the camp. And why? There's still a bunch of people who don't want to deal with the border, or there's things that they have to do. So we've lost a lot of our. Okay, so normally, this is the bittersweet thing of the camp. We had 70 plus people at the event, which made me feel good because my network has grown. Because when we did the anniversary camp, we had 83-ish, but we had members from the IMAF, we had members from the DAV, you know, we had some independents, we had a whole bunch of groups. Okay.
Yep.
Now this is mostly my network, and it was 70 some odd people. What if the others would have worked with us?
Right.
We could have hit 100 easily.
And like you said, there were some people that couldn't make it. I had one that was going to make it but couldn't, and there was Jason, and there was more than a few for sure.
Yeah, Jason's all bummed out. But I mean, first of all, there's still vaccine hesitancy.
Yep.
And across the Canadian border, you need to be vaccinated. I mean, international travel. I'm not making fun of Canada. Everybody. Oh, and your passport expired? Okay. Well, that sucks. You know. So right now, like I said, usually a third of my clientele is Canadians. We had 4, including Craig as the instructor, out of 70 plus people. We should have had a hell of a lot more. I mean, hell, Eric should have showed up.
That would have been great. Yeah.
Just joking, Eric. I mean, it would have been nice to have you here. But, you know, here we are in Buffalo, right on the Canadian border, and there's still a hesitancy for vaccines, as well as border crossing. Everyone's scared about crossing the border. They're worried. I mean, listen, I did it. I went to Canada. I taught up there. Did my first Canadian seminar since COVID. It was a blast, and now I'm going up for a lot more. Mm-hmm. But the thing here is a lot of people are like, oh, they're worried about getting tested and then quarantined and all this other stuff. And I was talking to one of the Americans, you know, one of my students, Shia's parents. Well, what would happen? What we have to do is, like, if I'm coming home and they get us tested, we have to quarantine. You quarantine home. You're not stuck in Canada.
Right.
I will go next time. Going to Michigan in July. That's great. Cool. Hey, you're going somewhere. Well, normally we have a minimum of 10 people. Exactly. You know, so with this event, we should have had a lot more people. Mm-hmm. You know, but the times have gotten in the way. Now, let's say our network grew that much. Can you imagine if we would have had the other groups with us? And they were invited.
That would have been great.
They were invited.
And it was about the celebration of the creation of the art. So yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So, you know, now I didn't call everybody up. I'll be the first to admit that. But Everyone in the zoo knows who I am, and we all know what's going on and what I was doing.
Mhm.
Well, of course, Renee, you weren't. We know what you're going to do, so we don't invite you. Oh, wait a minute. It's tomorrow, Renee.
That's right. That's right. Nice.
Facebook, 3:10 a.m. I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe that's what time it is where somebody is.
Okay, COVID. I had COVID scares at the camp, but frankly, yeah. Okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
And everybody's fine, so it's worth saying that.
there we go. So challenges at the camp. We lost 3 instructors. One was
not lost, but yes.
No. Yeah, we had 3 instructors have to back out.
Yep.
1 was medical, and 2 were personal.
Yep.
The good thing is nothing that interferes with because of a relationship with us.
Yep.
So Bruce Chutnick that was the last one. Shelley Millspog and Rick Manglanong. Now, we did have Oliver, who did a great job.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, fortunately, I was able to give a couple of our first-generation instructors, our guests, an opportunity to teach. So we had Peter Kautz.
Yep.
He opened the show on Saturday with a Filipino dance.
Yep.
That worked Filipino martial art footwork.
Yep.
Similar to the Tingakling. I don't remember. Do you remember what it was called again?
Something like Sinkling or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So it's a 4-stick version of the Tingakling.
Yeah.
Versus the 2, but it was really good. We had a blast.
Yep.
Here we go. Checking you out, Tim. Andy Norman. 3:10. Oh, okay, Andy. How you doing? You owe me a good steak dinner. Okay, wait. You owe me a good steak dinner over here in Spain. Okay. Renee. Tell Craig Mason to get out in the sun.
Usually people tell me that.
Yeah, here we go. Well, yeah, but you got muscles, so there's a difference. The sing kill. Okay.
That's it.
Tingling is a dance. Yeah, well, we know the Tingling is a dance, but there's also another one, which is the sing kill.
Sinkil, yep.
Sing kill. And then, yes. Okay, there we go. So, so Pete opened up the show on Saturday, did a great job. Everyone doing the dance together. It was, and I was surprised that they showed a lot more more dance rhythm than I expected them to. I remember watching Remy on the dance floor in the past, trying to do single Sinwali with Jenny Reyes and like 3:30 in the morning, and he couldn't hit the downbeat to save his damn life. With all this martial rhythm, he was Rico Suave on the sidelines, but man, he sucked on the dance floor. Monster Mash, traditional Filipino dance. Okay, so so they did great, and then Sifu Alex.
Yes.
Oh my God, what a great guy.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sifu Alex was Mike Williams' instructor, and his dancing was awesome. So he's incorporated some Wing Chun into single Sinwali application trapping drill, and had some really cool stuff. He's supposed to come to our instructors camp, and if he does, I'm going to ask if he wants to share a little more. And then, yes, we're going to. Here we go. And our sponsor for that event, Volpez Training Blades. Chris was there, did a great job. I think he did fairly well. I still have to I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't put the website information out. So, Chris, if you're sitting there, I'm sorry. Everyone's supposed to remind me to put the stuff out who went to the camp, and I haven't sent anything out. Actually, for those who are here next weekend, we're going to do we're going back to our hybrid seminars, and I'm Craig Mason is going to be helping me teach. It's Solo Bastan level 1, and it's a hybrid event which we're going to have. But it's time to get back into doing this. So I have to worry about the our international people. So PG Craig will be there. I just got my new photos in last night, so I'm starting to use them. Yeah. I don't like them because I'm the topic. Wasn't a bad photographer, bad subject matter.
Are those the Bob ones you're talking about? Because
I got a couple. I got a couple good ones.
I got 12 of those from him.
Yeah, so I just did my latest social media post. Actually, it came out pretty good. And today's Wisdom Wednesday. Forget all the reasons why it won't work, and believe in the one reason that it will. Why it will. So, but that's Bob Hubbard did the photography there. I made it black and white, but I'm very pleased with that photo.
Yeah.
He got rid of. He's better than Slim Fast. Look at that. You would think I'm a slim dude. So, I just started using them today because, who wants to see the same old photos over and over again? Oh, look at this. Let's see. So, thought it was great that you established your succession team. We're going to talk about that. I bought a pair of knives there. Woo, and here we go. Sorry I missed you guys. I'm kicking myself for not making it. Looks like it was an epic weekend. Next year for sure. Congrats on all the guys who were promoted. Great to see you guys continuing and spreading Carry On Professor's teachings. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Tony.
And then Healing Warrior, not to give you a big head, but listening about this one. I miss being at your events. Always a blast. Okay.
Yeah, no, Chris always seemed like he had fun.
Yeah, Mr. Bahalakava can come up anytime you want.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, listen, we miss you too.
Yep.
I mean, who am I supposed to pick on when you're not around? But no, dude, it's always good having you around. And then gotta be off. Hey, no problem, Bill. Hey, Bill, when you get back in the States, we're gonna get you on the show. Or no, I'm sorry, Guam. Looks like a juicy
Top Prado.
I don't know. Oh, you mean my blade?
Yeah. Oh, in the picture, yeah.
Talabong. This is the Talabong from. It's actually a blade from Negros, the home, the islands from the Remy. That's my baby. I actually had these made steel trainers, so our trainers are the same as. There's no disconnect between our live blades and the trainers. Of course, we have to double check them before we put them in play.
Yes.
I'm always going with my knives. I'm going to use my knife like this. All right, guys. Okay, I'm not bleeding. Yeah, you too, Bill. Stay safe, brother. Now. So we had a whole slew of first degree, like I said, 7 junior black belt promotions. That was awesome.
And they did great. It was a pleasure to watch them because I'm thinking about the future watching them.
Oh yeah, and they rock. And listen, we got Ryan Monolopoulos, who's one of our PGs. He just put out a photo today on Facebook. Lo and behold, he's in Stranger Things. Go figure.
Yep, I just saw that. Yep.
And for those who didn't know before, he was the body double for William Dafoe as the Green Goblin in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
He's the guy that started with me when he was 4 years old, and now he's 30 years old, doing movies. He's in front of and behind the camera.
You aged him that much?
I aged him that much. Think about this. He's known me for 26 years.
Amazing.
Almost his entire life.
He's really good. He's fun to work with.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, I got that one right there. The trainers are kick-ass. Yeah, because check them for what? To make sure. Yeah, you know what? To make sure you get the. I thought it was Prado. Rand. Oh, no. And then, so to address the cool moments in camp, I got Tim to wear a Coleman's uniform and rank.
Yep.
So for those who don't know, okay, I've been in Stranger Things as well. Not the show. See, that's got to be LaCava.
Yeah.
If it's not, I wonder who that is because that's badass.
I was thinking it was Renee. 'Cause it sounds like something he'd say.
No, but he was logging in properly.
Yep.
Okay, so let's. That was me.
Nice.
So, for those who don't know, in 2007, Great Grandmaster Ernesto Praces promoted me to 9th degree in GM in Combatant. And his thing was, I can't promote you in my brother's art, but I can promote you in mine. And that was pretty much his endorsement for whom he thought was the successor of Modern. Which he could have taken himself. He could have gone down that path, but didn't go that route.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe is not a Combatant person, but we're talking about it. And but he found a Combatant uniform online. And it looks just like the one that I got that Grandmaster Ernesto hooked me up with.
You got the picture? Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So you got it. And Joe's like, hey, I know. Joe should have been holding. Joe, we got a picture of him holding this, which is, I earned my black belt. I should have moved that and put the white belt there when they wasn't looking.
There you go. Well, and remember, and Joe said that he had done some training with Combatant, just hadn't got the black belt rank yet.
Renee sent me a photo. I'm afraid to look.
Oh, you're going to look in public. Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Another international.
Yeah. Surf camp.
Nice.
Benjamin Rittner. Hey, is he supposed to be over there soon? I wonder if Craig knows about this one. Probably not, because Craig's holding back on some things. Oh, I was still sharing that screen. My bad. Good thing that wasn't something embarrassing.
I was wondering.
So, the red, white, and blue is for 8th and 9th and 10th. Mm-hmm. Yellow is for 8th and above. When it's blue and red, that's for 5th and above. And then black belts are usually red striped. Stop sharing. Okay. No. Glad your camp went well. It looks like it was a lot of fun. Joe Rebello, so happy. Mike, Alex's and Ty's promotions. Mike and Alex, Massachusetts. Oh, yeah, Arnis history.
Yep.
Pretty much anything involving Datu is Stranger Things. Yeah.
There you go.
You know me well. And then to clarify, I've been working on Tiger Claw series. Okay, yep. Oh, I've got the other series that Ernesto gave me a license. Well, we'll talk about that. I got the last filmed series by him. I got Masters. So, and then Joe wore his shirt backwards because he likes our logo on the front instead of the bowl.
That's true. Oh, look good though.
It doesn't look bad, no. So, so we had a whole bunch of. No, he did not. He did not because we didn't. Actually, I have the setup for it. I didn't realize I had it all there, but we, the problem the nights we didn't really do much at the school. This was okay. So let's talk about these challenges that I had to deal with. So I busted my butt networking for a while for it, and everyone came through, and it was great. It would have been better if we had there. Okay, this was the WMA and its friends, which means we were missing the IMAF, we're missing Arnis International, missing Brian and his students, we're missing Dan, we're missing Bram. 5 different entities that could have participated if they would have discussed things properly.
And they, it wasn't that's missing, not necessarily excluded.
Right. So how many more people could have been there?
Well, you have to get a different place, but yes.
Well, there's a dance studio in the plaza I could have made work for us. We could have easily split it, So, let me see here. So, what was it? I was ignorant of the ranks. The double yellow. Yeah. And then where can I get a good Arnis uniform? The ones available are paper thin, Eric. Arnis. Okay. Let's talk about a couple things. Arnis uniforms, I wouldn't even bother. let's just go off on that one. We can, Eric, give me a holler, and then I'll talk to you. I'll give you some options. I'll give you some direction on what you could do. Unfortunately, you're in Canada, which means it's going to be all jacked up. Because
Yes.
Century still has the patterns for the original uniforms, but being in Canada, it's going to be huge shipping rates through the thing. But we'll talk about it. Get down to Buffalo, I might have a jacket available, depending on what size you want. Okay. Okay. Yeah, did I say Eric?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So, we could have had it could have been much, much bigger. Much, much bigger. But the thing is, what do? We worked on the future of the art. So here's my rant. I'm getting sick and tired of everyone being promoted to grandmasters for doing nothing. I used to teach at a rec center and I shut down. I'm a grandmaster. I have a group of 10 people and now the Philippines acknowledge me as a grandmaster. Listen, I wanted to get this guy on my side, so I'm going to promote him to 8th degree in grandmaster. I mean, all this stuff is nonsense because at the end of the day, if you're going to promote somebody to a grandmaster status or any high rank in Modern Arnis, here's my question. What have you done for the art? Okay. So I recently promoted 3 people to 9th degree black belts. And what does not come with those 9th degree black belts are the title of Grandmaster. I don't carry the Grandmaster title in Modern Arnis because it was Combatant, not Modern Arnis. And until the community gets behind one person, no one should be using the title for Grandmaster. And I'm going to sit there. So we'll talk about the Mods. Their Grandmasters are DKI. It has nothing to do with Modern Arnis. I'm not going to take anything away from them, but their title has nothing to do when it comes to Modern Arnis. Brian Zawolinski, Dan Anderson, Kelly Warden, Dieter Kanoodle, and all the other Filipinos that are going with these Grandmaster titles when it comes to Modern Arnis. First of all, a lot of them were using GM at the lower ranks. The rank program was from Ernesto. 8th and 9th were Grandmaster, 10th was GGM. Now, if Ernesto told me that he couldn't promote me in his brother's art, then they shouldn't be having Roberto signing off on the art, especially when you look at Remy's will. And it was not, I repeat, the system was not given to his students or his family. It was willed to his students. End of story. Ty and I have talked about this multiple times. I am visceral about this. I'm outspoken about this. I had some bullshit happen today, so I'm a little wound up. I'm in a much better place. But there is no Grandmaster of Modern Arnis. But anyone who wants to think they are, let's figure it out. Let me ask you this. What did you have? I mean, I was the heir apparent at the time. No one was doing Modern Arnis as a full-time program. I had a full-time school. I was dedicated to the art, and everyone else was doing all this other stuff. Even with all that, I still don't go by the Grandmaster title because we're not going to be together on things. There should only be one. That was Remy's protocol. Now, if an organization, all these other organizations are doing whatever they want, fine. My GM, as I promote it, comes from the Combatant. I'm very specific about it. When I promote people, okay, here's the question. If you're a Grandmaster, riddle me this, Batman. How many masters have you produced? Produced, not promoted, because we got to stop promoting people. Here's the thing that makes this camp completely different than all the other bullshit that's going on right now. The team produced quality black belts. Tye Botting, Chad Doolin, Craig Mason, I promoted all to 9th degree as people. Now, first of all, I'm healthy. If you didn't hear the announcement, I'm healthy.
Physically.
But I'm mentally, but at 57 years old, But so Remy had a will that was never executed. In my personal opinion, a coup was executed because somebody wanted to take over and wanted to take advantage of Remy finances because a whole bunch of money disappeared. That person is no longer out there. We can't find them. At least that's what they're telling me. Now, a whole bunch of people worked with that person and turned a blind eye to that. And when that stuff came out that the person was theoretically a thief and dishonest, they ignored that it also had something to do with the martial arts. They just departmentalized it. Oh, the martial art portion, that's exactly what was supposed to happen, even though the will says otherwise. But this stuff, since he ripped us off financially, losing tens of thousands of dollars, I would question everything he said. But they were so invested, they couldn't back themselves out. Whatever. Of course, this is just my opinion on things. Okay. So now you got all these people claiming to be grandmasters or above grandmasters. What the hell have they done? I put 3 people in charge if something was to happen to me. Just like Remy had the will that was supposed to be a whole bunch of people who were part of this, and the Masters of Tappy Tappy were a part of that, but was the minority of that. Not the majority, the minority. If Remy would have had some of this information out ahead of time, things probably would have went different. Right. But since no one knew, it was easy to cover up. Now, for you guys, and I told this, if you can't get a hold of me, you get a hold of Ty, you get a hold of Chad, you get a hold of Craig, and they can give you an immediate answer, a temporary answer that will not get you in trouble, that they know me enough to know what I would probably say or do. And say, hey, we're going to do this, X, Y, and Z in the meantime because of this. Now, why the hell did I promote them the 9th degree black belt? Okay. Because they are the designated 3 that will take over in case something happens. By the way, I still plan on outliving all 3 of them. I'm going to break SSI all on my own. I'm going to be 150 years old and still swinging a stick. But that being said, their job is that if I can no longer continue with being the head of what's going on, that they're going to groom the next generation of people. Okay? Now, Ty, as I get a notification, how many seminars have you taught in the last 5 years?
Let's
say 5 years active. Let's take out the COVID years.
Right.
Or the COVID lockdown year. So the last active 5 years, how many seminars do you think you've been averaging a year?
Averaging 15 to 18, somewhere in there. So I'd guesstimate 80 in 5 years.
80 in 5 years.
Yep.
I know organizations that haven't done that.
Right.
And Craig is doing about 15 to 20.
Yep.
Sam, who was part of the senior board, but not one of those, he's doing about the same. Mm-hmm. Chad, work gets in the way, but he's still doing 10-ish. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because his career prevents him from doing things. But these are guys that are pushing forward, carrying the art, producing black belts, helping me run the organization. Okay. Not that my opinion on this is, but fully support the 3 9th degree promotions and will support them promotion Modern Arnis and Arnis. There you go. So the 3 of you put the art above everything else. You have no question to call me on shit. I ask for opinions, even I still may make the same decision, but we go through and talk about the things, and we had a few topics at camp that we talked about that the group as a whole, not everyone agreed with my initial decision, but at the end, everyone agreed because we understood. We talked about the big picture. Okay, there's things throughout the whole year. We sit there and say, all right, let's look at from every side of the table. And if we can go all 4 sides of the table, or 5 above and then below 6, if you go every angle, sort of like in World War Z, the 11th Man or whatever it was. But we all look at things from different angles. We do the pros and cons, and we make decisions. And I've been told, I don't like what you're doing, but hey, you're the boss, so that's it. Okay, but it's a but no one's been afraid of saying stuff.
Right.
We're spreading the art. You're teaching places that I'm not teaching, and at the end of the day, you guys are doing, thank you, Sam. You guys are doing what needs to be done. And if something was to happen to me, you guys will take over. End of story. That's why they're promoted non-actively black belts. Not because they haven't produced anything.
Right. And not to inherit. It's the paying it forward side of things.
And it's not a grandmaster title bullshit thing.
Right.
Because that's the one thing. How many Modern Arnis grandmasters can you have? If you read Remy's book, there can only be one.
Yep.
And if you wanted to argue this, we could go Philippines, Europe, and the Americas.
Well, you forgot to say the other thing. I think that maybe some of this was to do a gotcha, because none of us were expecting or aware or even thinking anything along these lines. So we were caught off guard. So thank you for that.
Well, Chad was on the inside.
Well, Chad knows all the things.
But actually, Chad didn't know that he was getting promoted either.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked at a whole bunch of things, and then okay, so we talked about it. Can I see your wrist for a moment? So Remy bought me a watch for my birthday. So the three senior PGs, I bought them as a token of my appreciation for these guys, because they're awesome guys. We've got each other's back no matter what. I've actually offered to cross international borders and not take people out, but be the guy that no one recognizes. So it's all good. All right. The best line I heard from the board: "Give me a reason not to pass someone. I want to. I want you to actively look at something and tell me whether they should not pass." Okay. I'll say it again. The best line I heard from you to the board: "Give me a reason not to pass someone. I want you to actively look for something to tell me why." Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now, okay. The dyslexia is a little rough at times today. So my thing here is, that's my whole thing. I want people to tell me why not to pass someone, because they shouldn't be up there testing if they're not ready.
Right.
So give me that reason. If you can't give me that reason, done. But the thing here is, how many black belts did you produce this weekend?
3, a 4, 4, 1, 1. So
okay. So you had
levels.
2 first-degree promote. Well, let's say you had a red belt promotion, which is our second round.
That was a nice surprise. She was surprised.
2 first-degree black belt promotions.
Yep, and they worked hard.
And a fourth.
Who was originally, way back in the day, given brown by Remy himself.
And the thing here is, when everything's said and done, this is the stuff we're looking at, and you're producing. Mm-hmm. You're not promoting, you're producing, because here's the deal. As much as it would have pained me to do it, because the one thing that I blew, one of the challenges are the diplomas. We'll talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But one of the biggest challenges I had, or one of the things I'm more than happy to do, is take a diploma and tear it up and say the person's not ready. Okay? So we looked at things, and, admittedly, we did say that, listen, if someone's a little short, like if they're within months of the promotion, this is the only 65th anniversary camp.
Right.
Actually, we got that cue from Dieter when he was here for the anniversary camp, or the reunion camp, because he had said that, hey, listen, you got some people a little weak. If they're going to be ready in a couple months, I know who their teacher is. Not a big deal. You'll get them there. So,
and I think that's the right focus, right? Because it is about the arc. And so that actually is a good thing overall.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking it's a year out, well, then guess what? They're not ready.
Yep.
So, but we looked at that, and you know what? We didn't even have to go there. That was in the back of our mind, saying if they're a few months shy, we'll fix it over the time. Because there was only one 65th anniversary camp.
And this was the one that was picked to do that, right? It could have been a 67. It could have been, any number is random in the long run, but this is the one with that focus.
Yeah. and the guys knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
There was
Everybody.
nobody.
Yep.
Nobody looked shaky.
No. And I think that added actually to the feel and the camaraderie and the focus of the camp that everybody again really enjoyed. So
Hey, I'm going to do my thing, so I'll let you talk for a minute.
Yep. Yeah. So I think that I was saying that added to the feel of the camp. I think for a lot of people, I know my guys and gals that showed up for the first time out of the state really were impressed with the feel and the flavor and the camaraderie and the acceptance. Right. So you got all these people from all over the place, and we're all just like in the old days with Remy. Just training together, and it is what it is. You don't know this person, but you're training with them, and you trust them, and you work with them, and you can learn something from everybody. So that was really good. Incidentally, so just to stress the point about people earning the things. For example, the guy who got the fourth with me, he'd been training Modern Arnis. He actually started about when I did in the early 90s, and off and on came and went. The other two had been with me 8+ years. They put up with me. So
there you go.
So there you go. But anyway, so they put in the work is the point. And it goes back to what we often say, which is do your work. They certainly did it. And Jim, oh my gosh, the comments I got about him, I wish he was listening to this. That was awesome.
So, case in point. So I had Shia, who is now the youngest Modern Arnis black belt that I know of, 11 years old. Mm-hmm. Youngest promotion that we've ever done, I think. People are like, how are you going to promote a kid? Well, let me see here. She's been with me for 8 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then when you saw her move, mm-hmm. and she was testing with a broken arm.
Well, there's a lot of that too. The bearing, the maturity, the focus, that all comes from that commitment to that self-improvement, right? And that awareness and that confidence. So those kinds of things showed at a level, above her age, I would say.
Yeah. And she's always, like case in point, she's always with the older kids.
Yep.
She's always, and actually it's funny because I remember we were doing hoop bud. Now, it's not something we do in Modern Arnis, but it's something I do as an enrichment. So I do a lot of this enrichment programs. So I'll do something let's just do some things. And then if we're working with people from outside, this is something they use. And they look at things. I call her up. She's never done it before. Pop. We start doing hoop bud back and forth. Yep. She's like, where the hell did that come from? Everyone's like, so you've been doing that a long time? No, it's the first time she and I did it.
Right.
Your crew was awesome. I think Renee would agree. Tim also needs some sun.
Need some sun, yeah. I think we both need some sun. Renee, I'm red, though, so it confuses people.
Screw you.
There you go.
I thought you were kind of pale because I always see you in hoodies and glasses. And here we go. Straight up assassin, yeah. So first time I brought her to a tournament, doing pad drills. There was a competition. Mm-hmm. Chris looks at her and goes, "Damn, I want to be like her when I grow up."
Me too.
Meantime, Chris has his own kids. Always terrorizing the older kids. Yeah, she is. I'm out. Well, congrats to the camp. Hey, Renee, always a pleasure. Oh,
take care.
Kara.
Hey, Kara. Great seeing there, Kara.
Was Jim the older gentleman?
Yeah.
He was really good and helpful. So, oh, and our main man, look at that. Look who's here.
Rich.
Oh. What the hell's going on? I'm having a problem here. Okay. When she did trapping hands with the adults, she always hit.
Yep.
Touched her target. She did your footwork and switching during the sparring.
Yep.
She deserves, yeah.
Yep.
Listen, I think she's the one that could be that rock star to show the art, not to lead the art. But, you're looking for oh my God, she's a form, she's fighter. Mm-hmm. She's point, she's stick, she's doing it all. This is the kid, you show her, she does it immediately. Right. She is, like I said, she's going to be one of the future leaders, but not necessarily, she's not going to be a general. I think she's going to be a captain.
I mean, and you never know, right? So that kind of stuff, it's easier to tell later on. It's really hard to see who's going to be doing that this early, I would say.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Renee real quick.
Yep.
I'll be in Spain in September for the Dog Brother Surf Camp. Okay, well,
Nice.
good deal, dude. Okay, here we go. I know what I wanted to make sure no one questioned my ability. Cool point. When I dropped one knee, double kneel, the other one knee during the Sunwallies, having the board members job to draw the point at me. Many of the people had not met me and only knew me through YouTube. I had something to prove. By the way, so honored to have a Parker Jr. Creed certificate.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I'm going to talk. Hold on, I'm going to come back to him in a minute. Let me just do this here.
Yep.
Something about starting young. Okay, and then Joe Rebello. She was awesome. Okay, now here we go. Listen, Joe Rebello. Let me talk about Kempo Joe Rebello. Kempo Joe Rebello wears a 10th degree black belt. He came on the floor not knowing any rank what we were going to do, and he was testing for his Lacan, whatever. He got his delta second degree. No questions asked. Everyone said he deserved it. You know, we looked, okay, I could not judge Joe. We've been friends way too long, and I said, this was Ty's project. I go, listen, I will sign off on whatever you. Same with George. George's the other one. I go, I will sign off on anything you guys tell me. I trust you that much. But I've known Joe way too long, and I've been way too friendly with him to put a. I didn't want to. Certain things people will take shots at because I'm involved with things.
Yep. Or just, hey, if it's friends, it's a friend promotion, not a deserved one.
And I wanted to make sure that this promotion of all of them was that way. Now, him and George, I had nothing to do with because George initially didn't plan on testing. He didn't test. But the guys, everyone ran him through the gauntlet through the weekend. And it was like, how could he not, Now, the one I'll talk about one promotion I'm not afraid of talking about is the exclamation point.
Right.
I promoted Janice, my wife, to 6th degree black belt. And it's not favoritism. This organization wouldn't be what it is today without her support. Furthermore, there was close to 10 people in the room, one of which was testing for 3rd degree adult black belt, who all started with Janice.
Yep.
So, and that's just for the 2022 class. So what happens is in our organization, we have some guidelines. So for 3rd degree black belt in modern, you need to produce 2 black belts or 1 second. You need 4 for your 4th. You need 8 for your 5th. You need 16, and we go on from there. In Praxis, it starts 1 belt later because there's more content. So we start at 4th degree producing your first 2. But no, we'll go with the modern standard. A third of the black belts that are on my wall from the in-house black belts started with Janice.
Yep.
And she fills in for me when I'm gone.
And when was the last time she was promoted?
What did we figure out? It was like 10 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, and I would say I'm not going to speak. Well, I'm going to. I think I myself and the rest of the board would are right behind that. No problem.
That one out. Well,
exemplary.
You're right here, Joe. You just say you didn't want an attaboy promotion. Perfect.
Yep.
Like another person I would never promote, Bob Hubbard. If he ever tested for his black belt, I wouldn't do it because people know we're too close friends.
Right.
And then congratulations there, Mr. Rebello. But the thing here is this. I defy someone to tell me why Janice doesn't deserve it.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, it should come up with a reason.
I concur, Tye Botting. I concur. And that's the whole thing. You know what? Every promotion that... The promotions were all performance-based. It wasn't just years in.
Right.
It wasn't that I need new friends, so I'm going to promote you to get new friends. Because everyone knows me. I don't give a damn who's my friend. I've had plenty of. I don't care. You say, oh, I don't get along with the Modern Arnis community. Well, the community, I don't want to get along with the Modern Arnis community. Remy was the magnet that drew us all together.
It was, yep.
The people that are alike are with us now. The people that I wouldn't hang out with normally are elsewhere, and that's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean they're bad people. Okay, you got something above your. What is there a light above you?
I don't know what that is. No.
Is
What
there
is a
something in
light?
front of your? No, it's in front of your lens, whatever it is.
Oh, that's this ring light. Okay.
Okay, there you go. And then here, Craig. Janice absolutely
There
deserves
you go. See.
this organization. So when we talk about, we can talk on the physical side. She started with me in '99. Okay, there, boom, there you go. She's helped build the school, helped build the organization. We can go for a whole bunch of things. You're good. It's not there anymore.
No, now I'm getting it right. You know
Okay.
me.
You're OCD like me.
Yep.
But the thing here is that promotion. I'll come up with all these reasons. Tell me why. I can say. Tell me why you promoted this guy to 8th degree black belt. Why'd you promote that guy to 8th degree black belt? Why'd you promote this other person to 8th degree black belt? I can't see why you're doing all this stuff. And howdy.
Oh, hey.
And then here we go. Joe, let's say that Guru Rich Parsons for his seminars on Balintawak. Thanks. Oh, you say thanks. No, for many years. Yep. Thanks for the D&D talk, too.
Nice. Yep.
So, listen. Okay, so okay, because we talk about all this other stuff. All right. PG Chad, PG Ty, PG Craig. Okay. Great jobs teaching. All kudos to you guys. In addition to that, I taught. Hopefully people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so busy in the office getting these damn diplomas. That's where I blew it. I should have just done these diplomas ahead of time and then tear them up if the people didn't meet our standards, which I'm doing from now on. Because then again, I didn't have to do 40 plus diplomas.
Right.
But each diploma takes about 15 minutes. That screwed me up. Well, come on, stop it. Stop it. Okay, so I wasn't able to see all the other stuff, but I know people loved Oliver, great showman.
Absolutely.
Great feedback about Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's 6.
Guru Alex,
who shared some, and then also with our Guru Pete,
and
then
Mike and May
Williams. Everyone crushed it.
Yep.
What was here? Let me see. What's this say here? Or print and not date them. If you see the diplomas, you'd have to. There's
the date is printed and it goes with the artisticness of the rest of the thing. So later. But normally that's a good idea. Yes.
Yeah. In just this situation, it just doesn't work.
Yep.
Good idea. I've changed the way I do some things in the meantime because I used to look at things differently, and now I'm like, I don't need to worry about that as much. I've got all my Modern Arnis diplomas here, except for the one that's on the wall, the Race Arnis diploma.
Well, it was neat too because with how much everybody had worked for this and prepared for it and committed to the celebration and they're part of it. We got some really good looks on people's faces when they got whatever they were promoted to, and knowing 1 that they earned it and worked on it, 2 that it mattered to them, and 3 that it was appreciated. It worked out really well.
Yeah, like I said, we crushed it all the way around. I mean, and everyone just told me the vibe was such a good thing, and Chris Workman took me aside. You're really good at celebrating your people, and okay. So I'm going to ask the question. So is this the Tim Hartman show? Was that camp the Tim Hartman show?
No. What did you do? 2 sessions?
2 sessions. Oh, I did the pre-conference.
That's true. Right.
Was I Was I the narcissist walking around saying how good I made this whole event?
Not at all. And yeah, no, you weren't hardly talking. You were just working, or you were doing your sessions, which were all content, which is which is good.
You know, my
I don't.
yeah.
If anything, the thing that was what the show was it was the Modern Arnis as a art, as a style show. That was the thing that came up all the time.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I pushed actually when it came down to the test, it was old school.
Yep.
I had the board.
Yep.
You guys had all your paper and notes, and I just worked the floor, keeping people moving. And then, oh wait a minute, didn't we get up and interact with people on the test?
Yep. And that
Yeah,
the
we
trapping
did.
hands was one of it too. And Shia did hit me.
And and that's something that we really didn't do with Remy around. I mean, people say, "Oh, I did it in my camp." It wasn't the norm; it was the exception. And remember, when we talk about things, we talk about what the norm is. Well, I saw Remy did this once in '52. Okay, well, no. What did he do on a regular basis?
Right.
And
I remember you did that with Karen at Abel's thing. You got up and pushed her pretty good, and it was she liked it. It was good. Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important.
This is one of my students. I had a great time at the camp. So many amazing instructors. Everyone there was so willing to take time and help. Now Scott's been training maybe a year. First event like this, did real good. Everyone was very helpful and stuff. First camp. He's done some seminars, but it was first camp.
Nice.
By the way, incredible school. Wow. I'm proud of it. I'm very, very proud of it. I still got a ways to go. I'm working on the office as we speak. Let me see. I'm being sent a photo from Mr. Davison. He's got a favorite photo of me and Shia. I'm going to see what that is.
Okay.
And then, nope, in the office a lot. Joint effort by the group.
Yep.
And then I'm so envious of multiple focus masters
on the wall, which we worked on the first day for the morning training starting out. Or the Uh-oh.
It's a good picture.
Who was
I
that?
wonder if she's making fun of me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. I love my kids. Nice. She's not my kid.
Right.
She's somebody else's. I'd probably take her, though. Yeah, that's... I'm looking at the time scheme. Okay, yeah, we're in a tournament. Go figure. And I'm trying to work on the screen. Here she is, a little purple belt, junior purple. That's awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, Chris.
Nice.
Chris is Mr. Photographer. Oh my God.
Excellent. Well,
actually,
maybe
you know what I should have done? I should have reached out to him and go, "Hey,
I was gonna say
you should come here and take photos."
Yep.
Hindsight's always 20/20. Chris, anytime I'm having an event, if you got nothing going on, let me know.
Oh, that's when it was. October 2018. So he says it was October 2018.
Okay. Where does she get it? Wanted to see the photo with me and my black belt sign. Who took that? Was that me, Joe? He goes, "Will do." There we go. Nice. I got more mess up. Or is it 10 o'clock? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I was like,
wow.
Man, I got another notification. Listen, so challenges, I was dealing with hotel nonsense and all this other stuff. I had a hotel tell me I wanted to pre-authorize my credit card for people. It didn't go through. And I'm like, come on, I did all this stuff. And then then other people, they sent me information late, so I hadn't paying them cash. They put it was okay if I pay you money here and stuff like that. But it's like, just all these last minute things.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
Well, I mean, your part was smooth, but there's some other dependencies that cropped up. Yeah.
Yeah. I am so happy that it's over, and I was so concerned that COVID still was going to be a factor. Right. I had a real serious concern that COVID was still going to be a big factor with the camp.
Well, and Frank was saying he might show up for the fall event if Monkeypox Mania isn't running. So there's that. But I don't think that'll rear its head.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Frank, was it Snowman up there above Chris's comments? He's talking about saying, hey, he might come fall event if monkeypox isn't happening.
Okay.
Which I don't think you have to worry about.
Yeah.
I'll make a prediction. Yes,
I gotta go through this computer. My OneDrive needs to be redone and all this stuff. Are you sure I didn't take it on somebody? Oh, there it is.
You found it?
Okay, I found it. Okay, Joe, give me a second here. Give me a second.
I think there's a photo of Chad and I doing something like that too.
You know what I should have did? I should have switched to I earned my white belt diploma when he wasn't looking.
There you go. Yep.
All right, I've got a slow connection today.
No, I think you should be happy. I mean, I think it turned out just the way we had been talking about. So that's a win. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I had a feeling that we were going to lose a couple instructors, which we did. You know, we lost 3 of them from the staff because life. You know.
Yep.
And there's no one. You can't fault anyone for that. I mean, you know.
No, but and also they'd be happy that it still went on good.
I see the photo that Renee did on you.
You saw? Okay, good.
I will crush your skull with my power of my mind.
Nice. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, Joe, happy to. I'm glad that I could walk through that for you. Like I said, it wasn't the sharpest, but at least you saw the path. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm waiting for I'm getting a little sluggish internet all of a sudden.
Okay.
I got to wait for this proper because, you know, it's got to really be done right. So we can see Joe's.
There you go. I'm just glad that the. Oh, you got it. Oh, there we are. Nice face. Excellent.
Oh, it's a face. Yeah, I've got to do. I'm going to make a video montage of the camp.
Excellent. Well, I'll add my pictures to your thing.
Oh my god, my internet got really quirky.
Your internet has COVID.
Yeah, you're. I'm getting a little echo from you, which I have a feeling it's because of me, not you.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little slower than normal.
Yeah, if there's a delay on either side, it'll make an echo.
Okay, so great energy all weekend, phenomenal. Okay, here we go.
Absolutely
George,
great.
I had a couple highlights from camp, but acknowledgement from Ty as about my grounding and feel was at the top of my list of accomplishments.
Awesome. Thank you.
We don't often do hands-on. Okay.
Yeah, he was very solid.
Yeah, rampant. Awesome. Share the album. Okay, I'm working on it.
now.
Yeah. Send me a copy of that. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Oh my god. You guys are all killing me. You're killing me.
But it's good, right? Everybody enjoyed.
Yeah. You know, this last week I just been long. I'm still waiting for a couple of my black belts they're taking that week off.
Yeah.
I'm still missing a couple photos, so I should probably start the montage ASAP and then fill in whomever and say, "Well, you weren't there; it's your fault," and I'll do another one.
If you do the montage, you should take the montage song off of Team America.
I want the people to stay online. I don't want the. We don't have a copyright for this.
That's right.
But you know, since we're doing this, probably. Well, let me see. I'm going to go on this. What? Okay, so where are you at on this stuff? So, what? Okay, well, no, actually, what we got to do is talk about the future. How's that? Where do we go from here? That was a big one. So, Ty, where do we go from here?
Well, one, we have to keep on focusing on that generation of growth, both the people that are already on well along the path, which is kudos to them, but also you can never stop. I think that's the main thing. Keep on keeping on for that next generation, for the generation after that, for anybody who's doing it and can help pass it on. So even if you're not part of the next generation, but you can help teach it, we need that across the board.
Yeah, we do.
But it's nothing, we've been saying this, and if anybody watched our shows, they're probably sick of us saying it.
Well, listen, if you're doing this as just something fun to do, then it doesn't matter. You got
Right.
everything you need,
But even then, you're helping out because you're enjoying doing something you do, and people will see that.
But if you're concerned about its future, if you truly are concerned about, that's what I was looking for. If you're truly concerned about this art moving forward, then here's what I say about that. So first of all, do it. Do something about it. Okay, this is doing its thing. Okay, hopefully that'll be done in time. We need to move the art forward. I'm looking for the right window here. I moved some stuff around. Okay, good.
Oh, the lovely Darren just showed up.
Oh yeah, monkeypox. What's this say here?
I think that's the montage. Some quotes out of the montage song.
Okay, all right. And hello,
Nice.
Darren. Congratulations on your Lacanisa, by the way.
Absolutely, Darren. Awesome job. And just a exemplary attitude across the board, and people enjoyed working with you. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. I gotta get rid of this photo of you. It's just driving me crazy. It's staring at because I got one of those things that Craig put on the phone for the back of the computer to hold it. Like look, I'm like just it's driving me crazy. My mind
That's not a camp photo, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Man, my hair's tall. I gotta go to that. Let me see here. You still can use a partner to train. Maybe that partner will be the next big promoter. Yeah,
Sure.
So, this was important. Okay. So first of all, if we're thinking about the art moving forward, here's my suggestions. 1, do it. Get involved. Make it happen. 2, if you can't do it, support someone that can.
Mm-hmm.
3, if you can't do either one of those, get out of the way because you're going to be a speed bump. The art is important to me. I would love to see the organization move forward. After I'm done, I would love to find someone to take over the World Modern Arnis Alliance. But if that doesn't happen, what's still more important is that the art continues.
Mm-hmm.
This, I looked at Remy's will, and it says, when it says it's been his life's work. This has been what I've been doing since I was 19. I'm 57 years old. I hope a young lady who I spoke to with Elizabeth will test for her Lacan in the future. Nope, I hope she doesn't.
Dion.
Lacan is the male rank.
Well, maybe she
Isn't identifying just pretending? But what do I know?
But we get the idea.
Joe Rebello. All
Yep.
right. So we need to move forward. We need to keep things going here. We need to, once again, do it or get out of the way for those who are trying to. Renee, 57. You're still talking about this. What the hell?
That's right.
No. Diane.
I think he's making a joke. But actually, Rich
yeah.
brings up. So what we forgot to, what is worth mentioning, I think, is the other part of things about maybe a recognition that you can let people clue people in on with Rich. That was huge.
Thank you, Datu Tim, in the World Board for a vote of confidence. Right. Okay. So what we did
And it's public because it's on that video. So
It's on this
here
video.
also.
So
Yep.
what we did, we talked about. Okay, so I'm part of the Pecan Bullet lineage, and I don't know if that's how it's spelled.
There you go. Oh, you fixed it. All right, good.
Yeah. Oh, it's come up on everything. Oops! I just created this cascading meltdown thing.
It could be also his. Remember, he's got the spell check on that he hates.
So, listen. At the end of the day, we decided that we looked at. So, we are endorsing Rich Parsons as the leading authority for the Pecan lineage, as the leading authority of that branch. I don't want to say successor because then people are going to,
Right.
I mean, and I was one of the senior students. I started later than a lot of other people, but a lot of people fell off the wayside. I was the first to openly do seminars. All right. Rich was the next to do seminars. But when I have a question on the Blintz Walk, Rich is the guy I go to. So
From Mena to
Pecan Bullet lineage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you want the original system of Blintz Walk that Anshan taught, my personal opinion, you go talk to Rich Parsons. I can show you a bunch of stuff, but I'm always going to have that modern Arnis mindset. And why wouldn't I? It works. Right. That being said, though, if you want to see the closest to the original, Rich Parsons is the guy to talk to. Because, here we go, I'll say, how can a white guy do, or a no, he's native, my bad. How can a non-Filipino know that? Simple. Anshan Bacan, when he wasn't in the club, Ted Buot would teach for him. Ted Buot came to the States. And who were two of his private students? Rich and myself. He's probably the most knowledgeable of all of us when it comes to Ted's lineage. That's the young group methodology. You want to see the group methodology? Go see Bobby Tawana. You want to if you want to get a better understanding of Blintz Walk, go see both.
And any of the other luminaries. There's some good folks out there across the board.
So where do we go from here? So I've openly talked about this, and I'm going to talk about this. I'm done with all these. I'm done with promoting family reunion events. I'm done with promoting high school reunion events. Because you know what? When you have the high school reunion, what happens every year? The class gets smaller.
Well, and it's also about that group of dwindling old folks. It's not about the future.
When we did this anniversary camp, it's not about Tim Hartman. Tim Hartman was the promoter. When I did the 10-year reunion camp, it wasn't about Tim Hartman. It was about a reunion and bring us all back together. It was a memorial event for Remy. Mm-hmm. I actually had to correct people. Well, actually, I think you saw when we had the memorial camp when people said, "Is it really a reunion camp if it's just you guys and me?" Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a memorial camp. Mm-hmm. You're focusing, and it's about the students. It's not you're focusing on the instructors,
right?
I'm focusing on all the members because we had a whole shitload of first generation students of Remy show up to our event.
Yep.
Okay. There's a whole shitload of people that were at the event that I hosted, the 65th anniversary camp, mm-hmm. that met Remy Pracis in person. Mm-hmm. And a whole shitload of more people had no clue who he was.
Right.
Well, he did because I teach them to know who Remy is.
Right.
But Remy's not relevant anymore in many ways. When you're in a club, who's the relevant person? The head instructor. Mm-hmm. No one cares about. Well, think about it. When someone comes in your club, I would say 99% of the people that come through the door are not looking for Remy Pracis Arnis. They're looking for martial arts. Okay. Now, I don't want to disrespect Remy that way, but I'm talking about Remy's name isn't bringing people through the door. Because how many people are looking for Remy's art versus just looking for martial arts? I probably get 2 inquiries a year for Filipino martial arts. And the rest they're just looking for martial arts for the kid or themselves, a family activity. And that's the norm, not the exception. So, and yes, we love and appreciate Manang Bobby.
Mm.
So what we need to do from now on, as I said, I'm done with bringing. So like one of the things is like I brought people in because it would be good for the community. It was good to bring us together, having the kumbaya moments, and those went out the window because people are just jerks. I'm going to put the quality instructors on the floor, not just because someone. I mean, Craig Mason, second generation instructor. All right, I'll put him up against anybody. He understands the art. He can teach it. I'll put him up against any of the first generation instructors when it comes to being a quality instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't start highlighting the next generation instructors, the community will not have confidence in them.
Yep.
And I said, Craig does a better job than most of them. So, I put the best team together on the floor. And look at what we had. Look at that instructors team. It would have been better if Rick and Shelly were there and Bruce. But I put together, okay, this is Tim patting himself on the back maybe, but I had a vision of what we were to do, and I put a team together to do it. And at every event, I have a theme. I put the team together. Even when we did the reunion camp, I had a vision for what it did, and I put the best team together that I could to execute that vision. Now my vision is simple as this. It's about propagating the art and keeping it going. So I put the best instructors on. I don't give a damn who they are. I don't care about someone getting butthurt because they were excluded. If they can do a better job, I'll put them on the bill. And I think part of the problem is that's what people are looking at right now. They see me not including certain people, and they think it's a personal thing when it's a performance thing. I remember a discussion. We were doing the double Datu seminar. We're supposed to do one here in the States. And Dieter recommended putting someone on the bill, which I'm not going to put the person's name in. And I asked you guys, I remember we had this conversation. I go, hey, what does the person bring to the table? And you were the nice one of us. You're the one saying, oh, it's good for the community and all this other stuff. But I got down to it because someone has to take financial responsibility. Does this person bring more people in through the door? Does this person bring material that we don't have? Or is this going to be a person that's going to have a financial burden on the event? And in the long run, doesn't benefit us. And it was the latter. There was no reason to put the person on the bill because between Dieter and I, there was no material that this person was going to have that would be significant enough that we didn't already have that would be merit putting him on. And all it would have done is created, if he wouldn't have brought students, which was probably going to be the case, all he did is increase the financial liability. He didn't, and I can look at people and I tell people, I go, what do you need me to do for your events? If you want me to come to the table because I'm going to offer a bunch of material and bring a good value to your event, I'm your man. If you think that I'm going to bring a whole bunch of people, that might not be the case because my people may hold out for an event where I'm the senior or I'm the main instructor. I'm the only instructor because they want to focus on the material. Because I got a lot of guys that are like, we'll go to Terry Dow's, and there's a lot of people who want to go to Terry Dow's because they want to see all these people. But some of the people I train with, they're like, Tim, I only want to focus on what you're teaching. I'd much rather go to a seminar that's just you. And I get that, but personally, I say go to Terry Dow's because you don't know who you're going to see. And Terry Dow's, and if I didn't go to Terry Dow, and I love teaching at Terry's, and I tell people, hell, you're teaching at Terry's now. Mike and May Williams is teaching at Terry. Dean Franco's teaching at Terry. All these people because they got involved.
Yep.
And they network with people. And they're going to do some other things that they wouldn't have had opportunities before. That's why you go to these events. But.
Well, that's part of that doing the work that's a little bit maybe not so palatable for certain people.
People and that's been the thing right now. I've been getting people like, hey, Tim, can you put me on the bill?
Right.
Why? What do you bring to the table? Well, what do you mean what I bring to the table? I go, what do you bring to the table? Well, I got this, and I go, listen, I don't need to pay for an instructor that I don't need. Are you bringing any students with you? No. Then why should I have you on there? I don't mind doing lost leaders. I don't mind doing stuff, but you got to bring something to the table. And some people get hurt when they, yes, and Joe teaches there too.
That's right.
Some people get hurt when you tell them you bring nothing to the table. Bring a bunch of students and we'll talk. So. All right, so my goal right now, my focal point is to put good people on the mat to promote the art. We are going to promote, we're not going to promote people. We're going to reward them for their efforts. There's the difference. If you want to be a higher ranked black belt, it's simple, produce black belt students. If you want to be a grandmaster, it's not going to happen with us. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
When it comes to modern, I don't wear that title. I think I fill I check all the boxes to be a grandmaster, but by my standard, there's more I need to do. There's several people that I think that, and then like when it comes to Modern Arnis, I go, listen, we've talked about it. There are two other people that I see check all the boxes for being a grandmaster, Kelly Warden and Dieter Knuddel, but not for Remy's art. They both have their own personal expressions. It's just not Remy's art. That's not saying anything bad. I know people are going to say it. Hey, interpret the way you want, but that's not what I'm saying. So our future is we're working on focusing on the art, getting the top quality instructors, and trying to produce black belt. Actually, what I want to do is I challenge the rest of the Modern Arnis community to have events that rival ours. Okay? Because that means it'll increase the gene pool out there. Mm-hmm. I challenge you to produce quality black belts. I challenge you to have bigger events in mind. Okay? Because if we all do that, if we all pick up the banner, the art will grow. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you want to sit in the sidelines and say, and complain about stuff because you don't have the means, well, you have a couple options. One of which is join a team that can do it. The other one is get the hell out of the way or become a speed bump. And I go quickly over speed bumps. So I'm done. Do you have anything?
I don't. Well, like I said, I had a special day today, so troublesome at work. But anyway, so yeah, I'm already used up. Sorry.
So I'm gonna share something because, and hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. So hopefully the audio went well with that.
Yeah, I heard the audio.
And
it's good.
That's why we're here. That's why we're doing what we're doing, because of the man. Now it's our job to pick up the banner and take it to the next generation and so on and so forth. So you can be part of the team or part of one of the teams out there. Look at it this way. It doesn't matter if the teams get along. The NFL have a lot of teams that don't get along, but the NFL is powerful.
There you go. There you go.
Modern Arnis is to FMA what BJJ is, or what Gracie's are to BJJ. Actually, Remy Price, the Price's family, are the equivalent of the Gracie brothers to FMA. And now we've shrunk so much. We don't have to be together. We can be our own identities. So, you know what? I challenge everyone to do a better job than me. I challenge them to do better camps, bigger camps, produce better students. Prove that you can do that. I don't think you can. I don't think you've got the chops to do it. I just threw down the gauntlet. I just threw down the hunk of rattan. Come and take it. You want to be the number one, guys? Come and prove me wrong. That's my challenge. Get off your butt.
It only helps the art, actually. So yeah.
Well, that's why. That's what I'm saying. You know, get off your butts. Stop focusing on books and videos. Stop focusing on in-house and garage seminars. Get out there, produce people. Stop promoting people for the sake of doing it. Produce quality people that'll be respected. And for God's sake, stop giving out these grandmaster titles because they're all bullshit. All bullshit. What do you say about rank?
Rank schmank?
Rank schmank. So this Saturday, I am in Avon, Connecticut for a seminar. I'm teaching out there. And then next week, Saturday, PG Craig is coming down to Buffalo, and we are doing Soul Baston 1. It's a hybrid seminar.
Nice.
And then it's this month you're doing the...
Yeah, the end of the month, we're doing the Maryland, third annual Maryland Invitational.
Yeah, I'll put the information up. You need to know the secret GPS coordinates on how to get there.
That's right.
Knock 3 times, say the proper password.
It is invitational, but it's easy to get invitation.
God help you if you get the wrong password. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, all right, here we go. Let me see. Me too. Love teaching. Oh, here we go. Here's the one. There you go. Wait, your hair wasn't always silver?
And I had hair once. Not with during Remy's time though.
Okay. And then beautiful, Darren.
Yep.
Very nice. And now you made me cry. Well, that was the point. Because we were supposed to. I just typed Modern Arnis on YouTube. Most of the videos was yours. Oh, thank you. And then, yes. Okay, now listen. If the leaders out there, if the leaders and influencers out there are doing stuff, you heard me. I threw down the challenge. Prove me wrong. Show me you can do a better job than me. I don't think so. But time to step up or step out. The rest of you, if you're looking for a home, come check us out. If it doesn't, see if what we got works for you. If not, I know the people in the community. I can make recommendations. Just like we've had a whole bunch of people on the show that are not affiliated with us, but I've been their acquaintances. Okay, this is not the World Modern Arnis Alliance video show.
Right.
Okay. All right, everybody. As always, please stay safe and stay sane. This is Datu Tim.
And PG Tye. Take care. We'll see you next time.
See you around.